Good afternoon. Man, issues always pops up when you're trying to do something out of the norm. Uh, I hope I'm not going to be talking to myself because I'm 7 minutes behind schedule. I'm so sorry, guys. Network just started acting up, and all of a sudden, the tool I'm using just started acting up. I had to quickly troubleshoot it. So as you join me live, kindly let me know where you're joining from. Drop it in the comment section. Where are you joining from? What city are you joining from? What city of the world? What country of the world are you joining from? So welcome. Sydney Nka. Welcome. What city are you joining from? Let me know in the comment section. Or what country are you joining from? This is social media family meeting. And like you know, we hold it every week, every Wednesday by 3 p.m. And the goal of social media family meeting is to acquaint my friends, my followers, my family members who are following me on social media with the distilled information for marshalling their lives, for taking their lives from where it is right now to where they want it to be. You know, I am um, I'm Africa's first holistic entrepreneurship coach, and I'm also a peak performance consultant, and I'm also a real estate investment and a real estate asset builder. Yeah, asset portfolio builder. So everything about social media, I mean, everything that we're going to be doing will be centered around these things. Yeah, Mr. Jude, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Stephen, thank you so much for joining. The goal of the social media family meeting is to, on a weekly basis, equip or introduce my followers to certain strategies that they can deploy, they can begin to deploy in their lives immediately. To take their lives, their businesses, their wealth to the next level. So today we're going to be talking about real estate investing. So I've decided that every last Wednesday of the month, we're going to be talking about real estate investing. We're going to be having a discussion around real estate investing, how to build portfolio in real estate. So this is the first episode on real estate, yeah, but it's the fourth episode, the fourth social media family meeting episode. So today, we're going to be talking about real estate and how to leverage real estate to build wealth, how to leverage real estate to take your wealth to the next level. Madam Kathy, how you doing? It's been a while. Oh. Yeah, so and also kindly help me share this video if you can, help me share it because this is an information that every progressive mind needs. I mean, there are, the cash flow quadrants. We all know for those of us who might not know the cash flow quadrant, there's a guy called, he's not a guy now, he's an old man now, called Robert Kiyosaki, and he came up with a cash flow quadrant for distinguishing people's economic status. Yeah. So he said that the one at the lowest cash flow quadrant are employees. So they make money once a month. Yeah. They earn a salary once a month. They are paid a salary once a month. So employees. Then he said the next one are self-employed. Yeah. Graphic designers are self-employed. Painters are self-employed people and things like that. Web developers are self-employed. Software developers are self-employed. Yeah. Farmers are self-employed. Yeah. Then he said the next hierarchy of the economic status are business owners. Yeah. And then the final one are investors. So employees, self-employed, business owners, and investors. And every progressive mind, the focus of every progressive mind in the 21st century should be on when to eventually become an investor, which is the major reason why we are having this particular episode today. Yeah. So if you're watching right now and you have any question relating to investing in real estate, just kindly feel free to drop it in the comment section. Yeah. Whatever question you have as far as investing in real estate is concerned, just drop it in the comment section. Okay. But if you prefer that you prefer privacy, you don't want to ask it here, you can send me a DM after this live broadcast, or you can even just send it right now. Once I'm done with this live broadcast, I will respond to it. Now, the truth is, most people are wired to tune out. Whenever the subject of investing comes up, they're wired to just tune out. Yeah, and it's not, the reason is not far-fetched. I mean, statistics has it that about 50%, about 50% of the Nigerian population is either in poverty or came from poverty. At least 50%. So if people have been wired with poverty, it's pretty understandable that when they hear investing, you just automatically tune out and think, oh no, investing is not for me. Investing is for some certain kind of people. And I mean, there are a lot of people today who are multi millionaires and even billionaires who came from abject poverty. There were certain things that they did. I'm talking about legitimate multi-millionaires, not people who embezzled political funds or public funds. I'm talking about folks who started from the scratch, who started from zero, maybe even started from debt. But because they were able to learn the rule of the game, they were able to learn the rule of the game along the line. They were able to pivot poverty permanently, such that right now the economic status that they function in is a kind of economic status that no matter what happens to the economy of Nigeria, they will never be poor again in their life. I heard a statement made many years ago by MKO Abiola. He said that um, if a liability case, a perpetual liability case manifests in his life, let that liability eat and eat and eat in his wealth. He will never be poor again. There is a certain level of wealth that you can attain. That once you attain that level of wealth, there is nothing that can happen in the world that will make you poor. Now, the highest and most profitable use of money is for investment purpose. The goal of every money that you make should be for investment purpose. The highest goal of every money you make should be, every time you make an income, the question you should ask yourself is, okay, so how much of this do I want to channel into investment? Yeah, we know, generally speaking, there are two types of investment: self-investment, family investment, and then property investment. Yeah, I mean, somebody can be working in a bank and he or she is a cashier, but he or she will need to maybe take a professional course to be able to pivot to a managerial position or something like that. Yeah, so that's investment. He or she will have to pay for a particular professional course. Yeah, same as entrepreneurs. Yeah. In order for them to be able to become high performing, global performing entrepreneurs. Yeah. Now, every time you make money, most people were raised in poverty. And I was also raised in poverty, maybe not extreme poverty, maybe not abject poverty, but I was raised in poverty. So most people who were raised in poverty have this working psychology of only using money, only squandering money, only spending money on liabilities, and never thinking of investing the money, never thinking of putting that money in some asset or using that money to acquire some assets, which is basically the game that rich people play, wealthy people play. They're in the game of asset acquisition. Yeah. Now, it doesn't matter what profession you're practicing currently. Whether you're an entrepreneur or a business owner or a farmer or a teacher, or a military officer or an hairdresser or a barber or a police officer or a software engineer or a graphics designer, or you work from home, you're a work from home employee or work from home entrepreneur, or a fashion designer or an electrician or a mechanic or a school owner or a politician or a civil servant, whatever profession you practice right now, or a real estate developer. Of course, real estate developers are in they're in the asset building industry anyway, so they definitely are themselves investors. Yeah. So whatever profession that you currently practice, you as an individual should ensure that that profession does not create barrier for you to leverage real estate industry for building wealth for yourself. Because a lot of people allow the profession as if it's not. They went to school, at a certain time, and they studied that course. What if you studied some other kind of course? What if you studied asset management in school instead of maybe instead of accounting, or maybe instead of engineering? Yeah. So it doesn't matter what profession you're in. You either studied that course in school or you chose that profession. Now, choosing that profession, you should not allow that profession be a barrier or create a barrier for you to build wealth for you and your family. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. A lot of people do that. I've met, because by virtue of my, my activities, my activities as a real estate asset portfolio builder, I'm always trying to talk to people, different categories of people. And one of the things that I find that is common amongst most people is that they tend to allow their current profession create a barrier to them building wealth. So you can find a teacher who thinks that, I'm a teacher, I cannot build wealth. It's not true. It's not true. There are billionaires today who were once upon a time teachers. There are multi-millionaire mechanics today who at some point could not boast of 100,000 naira when it comes to measuring their asset, their net worth. Yeah. So you cannot afford to allow your current profession to be a barrier. Now, why is investing important? Now, there are basically two types of income generation. There are basically two types of way to generate income. I'm sure that a lot of us know this. Number one is active income, where you're working in a 9 to 5, they're paying you a salary on a monthly basis. You're self-employed, you're whatever, you're a software engineer, you're an entrepreneur. If you are not working, you are not going to make money. Yeah, those are active incomes. Now, the other type of income is passive income, where your money is what is working for you. Your money is strictly what is working for you. There is no other effort on your part aside your money that you put on the table, that you invested in some kind of asset. It is your money that is working for you. It is money that works to generate passive income for you. Now, the goal of every progressive mind should be that how long will it take me to get to a level where passive income is what is funding my lifestyle, is what is feeding me, it's where I'm getting money to buy my cars, is where I'm getting money to pay my rent or to buy a house. That's a question that every progressive mind should always ask themselves. The goal is to get to the point where you are generating zero active income and 100% passive income. That is the goal. Right now, most people, it's 100% active income that they are generating. Nothing is generating passive income for them. And if you are only generating active income, you only focus on generating active income, you are most likely going to work till the day you die. But passive income, once you just get plugged into some kind of asset apparatuses, some asset portfolios, you plug in your money into it. It gets to a time where it begins to generate passive income for you. You are not doing anything additional apart from what you did with that, by putting your money in that in that portfolio. So, like I said, the reason it's important to invest is because you want to retire from active income as soon as possible. Maybe you could tell yourself that I want to give myself 10 years. I want to give myself 10 years to retire from active income, from having to generate active income. And like I just said, active income means that you have to put in your manpower, you have to put in your energy, you have to put in your resources, your time. If you don't put in those resources, you're not going to generate active income. But when it comes to passive income, you only need to put in money in the right asset portfolio, and in due time, it'll begin to generate some kind of income to you. Yeah. So that's one of the major reasons why it's pretty important to invest. Why investing is important. Now, there are three major economic classes. There is a low income earner, there is a medium income earner, and there is a high income earner. Now, the beautiful thing about real estate, like I said, your profession, your current profession is not an excuse for you not to be investing in real estate. There is something for every economic class as far as the current decentralized nature of real estate is concerned. There is something for every economic class. You need to understand that there is something for every economic class. There is, so long as you generate 50,000 naira, at least 50,000 naira per month, even less, there is something you can leverage. There is a portfolio, a real estate portfolio you can leverage that would serve as your instrument to becoming an investor. Yeah. So it's pretty important that we understand that you are a low income earner is not an excuse to not be interested in becoming an investor, because that is the only thing that is guaranteed of making you retire from active from active income generation. That's the only thing that is guaranteed to helping you pivot to becoming a passive income generator. Yeah. Now, the ultimate essence of choosing to travel the path of an investor is its dynamic ability to take you from surviving on active income to thriving on passive income. It is only passive income that can make you thrive, that can make you pursue your dreams, that can fund the pursuit of your dreams. Oh, it's only passive income, because most of your active income goes into into servicing your day-to-day needs. So your most of your active income goes into servicing your day-to-day needs. It takes you being proactive about taking a chunk, a fraction of your active income and wanting to put it into what will eventually begin to generate passive income for you. It takes a certain level of sacrifice, because for a lot of people it's not even enough to service their everyday needs. Yeah. Now, your road to acquiring your dream, your dream, or your dream home, or your dream investment property, is the path of investing. It's trying to mess me up. Check out the billionaires that you know today. Most of them, I'm talking about ethical billionaires, people who actually became billionaires through hard work, through strategy, not by embezzling public funds. Those are the kind of billionaires I'm talking about, or multimillionaires I'm talking about. Yeah. Go and check them. You find that there is something that they did that has to do with asset acquisition that made them rich today. There was a timely asset acquisition that they did once upon a time in the past that now eventually appreciated. Think about folks who were buying lands in Lekki Phase 1 30 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, 35 years ago, for 200,000 naira per plot. Now, in the same Lekki Phase 1, a plot of 500 square meters is selling for 150 million. If you see it's so cheap, maybe it's 120 million per plot. Think about it. Think about 250,000 naira to 120 million. That is how people become multimillionaires on the back of passive income, timely investments. Now, psychologically, a lot of people, like I said earlier, have been wired to tune out once the subject of investing is brought to their front end. They just want to tune out. But like I said, it is a programming that you as an individual, if you truly have a big dream that you are pursuing, you must deprogram that programming. And every programming is deprogrammable, most especially negative programming, including positive. You can choose to, you can choose to deprogram positive programming if you want, by exposing yourself to the negativities that will uninstall it. Yeah. So if that is the case with you, if you are someone that I tell people that if you want to become wealthy, you should at least have once a week conversation with wealthy people or people who knows what to suggest to you in order for you to eventually become wealthy. You should have at least one conversation per week with people like me, man. I'm a real estate asset portfolio builder. You should schedule to have a conversation at least once a week with someone like me, with a rich man that that you have access to. Once a week, you should have at least 1 hour once a week conversation around investment. You want to know, okay, how do people invest? What turns people into investors? How does people become investors? Those conversations are pretty important. If you've never had that kind of conversation, there is no way you're going to have the data that will propel you to pursue the path of becoming an investor. It just will not happen. Yeah. So it's pretty important that you understand that getting into conversations, getting into rooms where conversations around investing is happening is the most proactive thing you can do for yourself. If you're interested, if you ever have any kind of minute interest in becoming wealthy, if you've ever seen a wealthy person and you're like, man, I look forward to the day I become wealthy myself. If that has ever happened to you, then the conversation that you have with such people is what will guarantee that you will eventually pivot into becoming a wealthy person. I'm on the path. I'm a real estate asset portfolio builder. As I'm helping people build an asset, I'm building an asset for myself as well. Since I came into real estate, I've been able to acquire a couple of lands in Lagos because I got myself into certain rooms. And I always get myself into those kind of rooms where investment conversation is happening. If you're not doing that, just forget it. That is why people like us exist. If you know any certified real estate investment consultant or real estate investment portfolio builder like myself, try and ask them, okay, when can we have a conversation? Because information will not just drop into your lap from the sky. It is people like us that are beholders and that are wielders of those kind of information. And with those information coming to you timely, you can seize them, you can take advantage of them, and you can use them. Now, I was saying that there are 3 economic classes. If you're a low-income earner is somebody who earns less than 1 million naira per year. Less than 1 million naira per year. Yeah, a 12 calendar month year. If you earn less than 1 million naira per year, you are a low-income earner. Now, a medium income earner is someone who earns between 1 million naira and less than 10 million naira a year. And high income earners are folks who earn 10 million and above every year. Yeah. So if you are a low income earner, There are things you can do. There are portfolios you can take advantage of to begin to walk the path that will eventually lead you to becoming an investor. For low-income earners, there is what is called land banking. I mean, with as little as 100,000 naira, you can bank your money into a piece of land, and over a period of time, you pay up. And once you are done paying, you have become a landowner. There is real estate cooperative, where you begin to put money in a certain real estate cooperative account. Putting money in such an account is better than putting money in a savings account. Savings account, inflation is killing that money. There is no interest for your money. You're giving them their money. They're using your money to trade. Funny enough, most bankers trade all the savings that all their customers are depositing. They trade it in real estate, and they earn good money. They earn good return. 50% in 1 year. In some cases even higher. Whereas you could be putting your own money in a real estate cooperative account. The beautiful thing about putting your money in a real estate cooperative account is that once you have decided that, okay, this is a piece of land I want to buy, this is a plot of land I want to buy. Of course, maybe we're talking about a plot of land that is no more than maybe 1.5 million or 1 million or 2 million or whatever, So, and then there is an initial deposit that you are going to work to pay first. Then on a monthly basis, you're expected to pay a certain amount of money into the account. And of course, you're not limited to a month. I mean, you could do some deal. Maybe you made payment 2 weeks ago, and you just did a deal, and you can easily, just 2 weeks after you made your last payment, you can pay again. Most important is that you want to make the payment. Your goal is to finish making that payment for that particular land that you want to buy. So for those of us that are just joining, please, I've said some things. There's going to be a rebroadcast, so you can always watch it again. Yeah, you can watch the broadcast again. Yeah. So whether you're a low-income earner, whether you're a mid-income earner, whether you're a high-income earner, there is the ideal property that you can invest in. Thank you so much, Siaka Bafalie. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining. Siaka is in the US and is a real estate investment broker, certified real estate investment broker in the US. So if you guys are looking to invest in real estate in the US, Siaka is the one to reach out to. Yeah. So the thing is, this information that we'll share on social media, on this live, is definitely not going to be enough. That's why it's important for you to schedule a Zoom meeting with me. Okay, there are certain information that I would only be able to share with you one-on-one, because of different criteria. I want to know how much your budget is. I want to know where you are, what economic status you're currently operating at. My joy is to help somebody who is currently operating at a low income earning economic status, to take them to mid-income earning status, then to take them to high-income earning status. The goal is to take them to a place where they are going to be earning high income from passive income. That's the goal. And me and people like me are committed to this. There is nothing that will happen in the next 10 years or 20 years that will make me not to still be in real estate. Apart from real estate, I have 4 other businesses. I just co-founded a tech company last year with one of my clients, one of my real estate clients, But real estate is something that I know that it has eternal virtue. It has eternal characteristics. People will always need it. People will always need housing. People will always need some kind of shelter. And when we talk, people will always need it. So I will always be relevant in real estate. That's why I will always be in real estate. So no matter what else I'm doing in the future, in the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years, you always see that I'm in real estate. So it's pretty important that we know that real estate is something that you should begin to pay attention to, even if you don't have money right now. It doesn't matter. See, let me tell you something. 2 years ago, I came into real estate 3 years plus ago. Yeah. 2 years ago, I was in a debt of 2 million naira, even though I'd already procured a land as of 2 years ago. I had a plot of land to my name. Yeah. But see, from fast forward to now, just 2 years after, I have multiple plots of land. I'm no longer in debt, in the debt I am, on, and all thanks to real estate. So I'm saying that even if you are in debt right now, you still need to begin to get your hands on those information. You still need to, send me, ask me to, to a Zoom meeting, because I have helped a couple of people come out of debt. Today they have properties, and when I first met them, they were complaining about their debts. So there are, as a real estate investment consultant, investment, asset portfolio builder, there are different conversations that we have. There are different private conversations that we have with, folks who are interested, who have any kind of interest, however minute, in, acquiring real estate properties, acquiring properties, becoming investors, real estate investors. There are different strata of conversations that we can have. Bottom line is that we know what to do to take you from being an ordinary Nigerian to being a Nigerian investor, a Nigerian who is a real estate investor. So pretty important for us to understand this. And by the time we can understand this, it makes it easy. I'm now an investor. I'm now an investor. I'm now a real estate investor, even though I'm a real estate investment broker. But I'm an investor myself. I'm investing in real estate myself because I came into real estate and I began to get my hands on the data that will equip me. See, let me tell you something. Money or wealth is exchange of energy. You know, past that. Okay, you typed something, maybe as a salesperson or as an entrepreneur, you typed a message. When we talk about applying for grants, you're typing something, yeah? You want to type something that is convincing enough to get the person that is going to receive that thing at the other end to make a transfer to your bank. Whatever. It is energy transfer. And if you do not get your hands on the proper information that will position you as somebody who is able to transfer the right kind of energy that will unlock wealth, then it's on you. It's your fault. Because as a matter of fact, you don't have any excuse to not be interested in becoming an investor, because that is the highest economic status that anybody can function at. Becoming an investor is the highest economic status that anybody can function at. So it's pretty important that all of us on this live right now, and those of us that are going to be watching the rebroadcast, ensure that you are paying attention. You are paying attention to investing. See, they say, aim for the sun, and if you miss, you will not miss the moon. And if you miss the moon, you will not miss the stars. And if you miss the stars, you will not miss the cloud. So it's pretty important that whatever economic status you're currently functioning at, your eye should be on becoming an investor. That is how you are going to easily pivot whatever economic status, whether you are a low-income earner, whether you're a medium-income earner. That's how you are going to easily pivot to becoming a wealthy person, becoming a rich person. These things are not mystery. It's only mystery to the ignorant, and which is why we as real estate investment consultants, we as real estate asset portfolio builder, our job is to equip the ignorant public with this distilled enough data that they can bank on right now, that they can use right now to influence their decision making. Pretty important. Now there are hotspots. We say the title of this episode is real estate investing in Nigeria. As a Nigerian, you need to understand that there are hotspots for investing at every single time. Per time, as an investor, you should be asking yourself, where is the hottest spot to invest in real estate in Nigeria at this time? Without a doubt, everybody knows that it is Lagos, because of the new master plan of Lagos, because of the new Lagos projects, which is the Beduleki and the Ekpe environ. You see, the federal government and the state government of both Ogun State and Lagos State have signed an MOU with over 60 global organizations, over 60, for them to come and set up global infrastructures, come and set up their African branch in this region of Lagos. And they've already, I mean, it's been years, it's been were signed. And a lot of them have acquired land through the government. You know, I'm talking about hectares of land where they're going to set up and situate their branch, their African branch of their companies. So a lot of things are happening. You know, infrastructural development. There is a lot of vested interest in that region. That is the hottest investment spot in Nigeria right now, and it's the fastest investment fast developing or fastest developing investment hub in West Africa right now, the Bedruleki and Ekpe environment. So if somebody has 10 million right now, or 50 million, or 100 million, or 500 million, or even $1 billion naira, this is the hottest spot to invest in right now because of the heavy vested interest, the infrastructural development. There's a place called Eleko in Ibejuleki. From Eleko to Ekpe, they are constructing 4 lanes to get to Ekpe, and they are soon going to be done with it. And the moment they are done with that, for those of us who have some knowledge, some navigational knowledge of Lagos State, from Ekpe, I'm sorry, I said from Ekpe, from Eleko, once they are done with Ekpe Road, the construction of Ekpe Road to Ekpe, Eleko Road, Eleko Junction Road to Ekpe, they are now going to take it backwards from Eleko Junction to Abraham Adesanya. For those of us who know Abraham Adesanya. Yeah. So a lot is happening. The Lekki Deep Sea Port, the new international airport is coming there. The Fort Milan Bridge is going through there. A lot of things are happening. A lot of infrastructure, capital infrastructures are coming up. And these things are creating value. They are influencing the skyrocketing of the value of real estate properties, of lands in this area. So it is the smartest people that invest right now that are liable to generate 100% ROI in just 12 months, 150% ROI in just 12 months, because of the concept of the investment hotspot. So if you understand this, you will know that Ibejuleki Ekpe right now, I mean, if you have 100 million naira or 150 million naira, you probably can only buy a plot in Lekki Phase 1 right now. But with 150 million naira, you probably can buy 2 acres. You can buy, depending on the particular spot in this Ibejuleki or Ekpe, 150 million naira could probably buy you 10 acres in some parts of Ekpe, even more. And in just 12 months, the appreciation, we have studied the trend from 4 years ago till now. Lands that were bought 4 years ago has appreciated by 600% in just 4 years. 4 years, just 4 years, 600%. And the trajectory hasn't even gotten to the midpoint yet. So the best time to have invested in Ibejuleki or Ekpe was 5 years ago. The next best time is now. There's going to be a time where it will cap. But it hasn't even gotten to midpoint yet, because most of the infrastructures, most of the 60 global organizations that signed an MOU with the federal government and the state governments have not. Most of them are just starting up with the projects. So as those projects go up, the value of land in those areas go up, because these are international concerns. These are international indices that influences the property valuation in that area. Yeah, so pretty important that we pay attention to this. So I don't know, does anybody have any question? I've said that I would try my best to ensure that this I don't go beyond 45 minutes, 40, 45 minutes, so that those who want to watch the rebroadcast, the replay, will not say, oh, 1 hour, or of course, the social media family meeting is usually a 1 hour webinar anyway, so it doesn't go beyond 1 hour. But it is packed full of value, information that you need, that you can leverage immediately, that you can put to use in your life, in your business, in any aspect of your life, depending on the episode of that day, immediately. Yeah. So does anybody have any question? This is where we're going to be drawing the curtains for this episode. So every last Wednesday of the month, we're going to be having episodes um around real estate investing. Between now and the last Wednesday of September, I'll have gathered new information, fresh data that I can give to potential investors, current investors who want to expand their investment portfolios. Between now and the last Wednesday of September, I will have gotten new information again. I'll have gathered new data that would serve as the decision making data for making the decision for invest, for their next investment in real estate. So does anybody have any question? Any question? So if you are looking to invest in real estate, you can send me a DM so that we can schedule a Zoom meeting, a one-on-one Zoom meeting, face-to-face Zoom meeting, where we can go through what is called a discovery call. We want to know how, what your interests are, what your investment goals are, and all of that, what your location interest, and all those things, your budget. So, and then on the back of that, I'll be able to introduce you to the most ideal property that you can invest in. So any question? Madam Lancel, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So we're about to round off. Any question? Any question? Any question? Does anybody have any question? It's question time. Question and answer time. Does anybody have any question? I appreciate everybody who joined us live. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a date with me every Wednesday. There will always be very, very interesting topical issues to talk about. Something that I know that it's a pain point for a lot of people. That's what makes me choose whatever theme or whatever topic for each episode. Yeah. So every Wednesday, social media family meeting happens 3 p.m. West African time. That is GMT +1. So if you're in the UK, it will be 2 p.m. your time. If you're in US, it's probably, depending on the particular place in US, if it's 6 hours different, then it will be 9 a.m. your time. If it is 7 hours difference, then it will be 8 a.m. your time. If it's 8 hours difference, then it will be 7 a.m. your time. Yeah. So for, more especially for Nigerians in diaspora, you should also tune in. There's a lot of information that we can give to you. A lot of bloggers are just sharing all kinds of negative information. They are not on the field. I mean, somebody who is a blogger who doesn't know anything about what's happening in the real estate field, what's happening on the field. They just hearsay, and then they publish it on their website, on their blogs, and then folks in the diaspora easily access those blogs, and they do not easily access us, which is one of the reasons why I said that every last Wednesday of the month, the episode for the last Wednesday of the month will be dedicated to real estate investing. Yeah. So on the other Wednesdays will be dedicated to other, topical issues that has to do with, people's personal lives, relationships, business, entrepreneurship, because that is basically what social media family meeting is dedicated to. So, any question? Any question? Any question? Thank you, Steven. Does anybody have any question? If there's no question, I'm going to end it shortly. So for those who are just joining, what the broadcast, and this is not showbiz. This is not entertainment. This is a webinar that is designed to equip you with instant information that you can leverage for decision making as an investor. Okay, so if there's going to be any question after now, I will do justice to those questions. I will respond to them. And if there are questions in my DM, I'll respond to them as well. So thank you everybody for joining. Have a date with me every Wednesday by 3 p.m. 3 p.m. West African time, 3 p.m. GMT plus one. Thank you guys. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your day and your week. Salute to the next investor. Salute to the next investor. Bye bye.